Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk about INFPs at their best and at their worst. Well, I am an INFP myself. I'm from Russia, so please be sensitive to my English. It's my second language. Well, I am an INFP and I know myself quite well at this point of my life. I'm 32 years old and I have been reading about INFP personality type for more than 10 years now. I haven't always been this type on on such a definite level. I was kind of a mix with other types for a while, but the older I get, the cleaner my type turns out. Like I'm so an INFP that it's painful, especially when I watch other YouTube bloggers who are INFPs, and I find so much resemblance between us. It's funny and it's painful to watch. I find that we are shy, quiet, we have difficulty expressing ourselves. We kind of look a bit weird. We look very artistic as well. We also have a lot of movement like on our faces that it kind of shows that we do feel intense emotions inside of us, and our face shows that. And you know, it's kind of like watching other INFPs breaks my idealistic picture of me that I built over the years in my head, because especially when I watch my own videos, like I watch me being an INFP, and I see that there is such a difference between how I think of myself and how I view myself in my head and how I actually look, how I talk, how I articulate my words, like my face expression, my hand movements, everything. Like I could not imagine in my head that that's how it actually looks. And that's also, I think it's a paradox of this personality type. The world that we create in our head is quite different from the real world. And also the picture that we create of ourselves in our head is quite different from who we actually are. And we need to break the cell and come out and see things for real. But first learn your type and enjoy your type, and really make the mistakes that our type makes, and yeah, be who you are, but once in a while don't forget to come out and compare the image in your head and the image that is actually there, of the image of whatever, yourself, the world, your relationships, anything. So the INFPs at their best, they want to help the world, they care deeply for others, they have these wild ideas of how they can change the world, they are very creative, they are very empathetic, they can really feel the emotions of others, identify the emotions of others, the very slightest emotions, can you say that, the slightest change in someone's emotions, that this quality can make us great psychologists. But and I have the education, I'm a psychotherapist, I have a master's degree in psychotherapy. But what I found, I worked as a psychotherapist for 1 year in the United States. And what I found, and my clients told me that all the time, that they could feel that I understand them and they feel good with me. But, and I couldn't identify what it was at the time That's why I quit. But I found it so exhausting to work with people, and now I know why. Because we like and we need to be in our head with our emotions. We tend to isolate ourselves a lot. We live in our own world and we feel so comfortable there. So but when I was constantly with people, of course I was feeling the lack. I was like the lack of being by myself and living my own emotions. I often had to come out of myself and be with others and do the work instead of being in my own world, especially when like it was difficult for me because naturally I'm a shy and quiet person and English is my second language and I had to do it in English. So I was feeling a lot of intense emotions, but I couldn't be with them, or like I had to be with others. I don't know. Anyways, so INFPs at their best, they want to help, they want to help others. But at our worst, INFPs are overly sensitive, overly self-aware, depressed, isolated, loners, who are just dwelling in their own emotions, thoughts, and they're not living their potential. So the INFPs have difficulties with expressing themselves and finding the right words. That's why go to Google and find Myers-Briggs personality types at their best and at their worst. And Myers-Briggs personality types at their best and at their worst. It's a very interesting perspective on types, because usually I find that when it comes to description of the personality types, usually they describe their best features, and it sounds so romantic and so inspiring. Perhaps at the end they will add that like this and this difficulties this type faces, but it's such a valuable information to know your type at its worst. Like what can happen to you if you indulge yourself in certain qualities that your type naturally has. So please educate yourself. It's very valuable information. Thank you for watching, and please comment something. It's so interesting to me to record these videos, and I want to have a little feedback. Thank you so much.